Hi, I'm Suzanne and this is my concept pitch for the genre of French house music. French house is a subgenre of house music featuring Euro disco with a French touch. I chose Synapson for my artist. Synapson are Alexandre Chier and Paul Carouron from Paris. The album chosen for the redesign is a Convergence Deluxe Edition. The target audience is Euro disco and world music fans from Europe and the USA. Synapson likes to feature new artists from other cultures and countries with each new album release. My first mind map explains the emotions and ideas behind each of the album songs, which I gleaned from the lyrics and listening. My second mind map shows the contrast between Synapson's musical goals and the Convergence album content. Common themes which work with both include journeys, connection, diversity, friendship and invitation. The opposite themes between the artist and their album highlight contrasts such as night versus day, love versus slack and inner versus outer worlds. My research into Synapson included looking at their other album covers, listening to their music and reading their interviews. I was able to piece together a timeline of their biography from when they first met during a childhood holiday in the 1990s to when they hit the Paris music scene just as French house music was taking off. Synapson create fusions with lots of styles, instruments, sounds and people, hence there is a lot of diversity in their work. Their aim is to create a world house menu using French house and deep house music to take listeners on a journey to new destinations and cultures. Synapson's warm key themes of friendship, fusions and journeys are a contrast to many of the darker songs on their Convergence album, which explores desire, rejection and disappointment. I want to show the diversity and contrast of both Synapson and Convergence with my experimental art. I created a mood board to capture Synapson's holiday warmth, convergence and diversity. The holiday part conveys the journey while the colours add diversity. The convergence is shown by distortion and blending. Colours and ideas which communicate the mood include water, palm trees, beaches and sunlight. My second mood board is about nighttime, desire, diversity and duality, and this reflects the content of the Convergence album. The diversity is shown through lights and contrasts, while desire is communicated with objects, inviting or striking colours and movement. Duality is shown by not blending objects together, keeping them distinctly separated. By reflecting on my mood boards, I was able to come up with a conceptual direction as follows. My main aim at this point is to have the outer and inner parts of the album in contrast to each other. The outer will be a warm holiday-style convergence or merging, whereas the inner will show night and duality, separateness. I think both will be able to cover diversity and explore connection, journey and some of the other ideas. What also turned up in the mood boards was potentially a theme of using a car to wrap both the outer and inner, showing a car mirror for the outer and a dashboard for the inner. I may or may not use this to indicate journey, as it might prove too stifling to an immersive design. We'll have to see what happens. Here are my conceptual sketches for the album. I tried to pair a warm holiday outer with a nighttime inner while exploring different approaches. The outer concepts include a top-down landscape, abstract art showing convergence, a distorted holiday scene and the use of car mirrors. The inner concepts include applying stripes to objects, a night light scene, a car dashboard and foliage shadow art. The most interesting concept is on the bottom left, where the holiday and the night are merged across both the outer and the inner. I'll have to see how this will look. Here is my image making techniques mood board for the holiday theme. I can choose to try texture photography, distortion with glass, liquid blurs and or paint pour landscapes. While making these experiments, I'll be attempting to capture merging and convergence. My image making techniques mood board for the night theme offers a choice of light reflections on water, possibly manipulated with glitch art, other types of reflection photography, the use of light and shade to contrast objects or people, bubble reflections and shadow art. Other night light scenes such as a car dashboard might also work. The experiments resulting from this mood board will aim to capture a sense of desire, duality or separation. Experiment 1 uses glass jars and holiday photos and postcards for distortion photography. The dancing trees on the bottom right communicate Synapson's world French house music, and the landscape is converging. My second experiment of a landscape paint pour also provided a lot of outcomes with convergence. As you can see, I believe my experimental art will be able to communicate the contrast between the artist and their album while showing aspects of diversity, journey and mood. Thank you for listening.